Good morning and welcome back to the day after the night before. Now yesterday was a very productive day, which meant I had to sacrifice on my cleanliness, which means this place is an absolute mess. I have parts all over the place, scattered everywhere, welders out, body parts all over the place. So I need to get this place back together and clean and tidy, because quite frankly you can't work in an environment like this. It just doesn't happen. So super out, various bits and pieces out, body parts I will put up on the mezzanine flooring so it's up and out of the way. I will get the engine bay today stripped down, try to start welding up the holes and bits and pieces on that. But today is a day of parts being delivered, which are going to be quite fun and my sort of thing. I'm going to try my best to resist playing with them, because I need to get on with these little things that are going to make a big difference in the future. You're not going to see much progression, but it will make a difference in the future. So with that in mind, let's crack on. So before we go much further with this, I thought I would give it a quick little walk around so you guys can see what is actually going on with this. Now, first things first, you can notice that this engine is black. It's not supposed to be black. So we've obviously got a massive oil leak coming from the normal place, I should imagine, which is the rocker cover gasket. It is leaking quite bad for some time, and it is everywhere. So this engine is going to take a lot of cleaning to get this up to standard where I want it to be at. What I've also noticed, this rear crank oil seal has got a little bit of a seepage just coming out of it. Not a lot, but it's one of those things that whilst you got the engine out and the gearbox off it, just do it, don't mess about. It's probably expensive. I mean, I've done one on the Supra, not the Supra, on the Verossa, whilst I had the gearbox out of that, and I noticed it was leaking out the back, and that was from Toyota, like 80 quid. So yeah, I'm expecting probably expensive things for this as well. Things may have escalated for this as well. I mean, I need adult supervision at all times, because I may have gone and ordered a top mount manifold for this already. Last night I got overexcited, I wasn't supervised, and this is what happens. So top mount turbo is going to happen on this at some point. I don't know what size we're going to go for. My initial plan was to stay with the T28 sort of size turbo, probably stay internally gated as well. But then everything I'm looking at for this turbo setup, I'm not looking for massive power, I'm not looking for like huge response or anything like that. It needs to be just maintenance more than anything else, and it's basically for aesthetics more than anything. But I want something that's going to be responsive enough to drive, and easy enough to maintain without having loads of lag and loads of power and have to have loads of tuning problems and bits and pieces that are going to go with this. Basically, it needs to be a low maintenance, easy build, easy daily drive for someone to drive once this thing's done. So I'm thinking I want to go T28, but if you go T28, most of it's internally gated, and I don't want to mess around with having to weld up the penny washer in there and getting everything sorted. So I'm looking at T30, but everything T30 is a little bit too big for what this engine needs to be producing. So the jury's still out on turbo setup on this. So if you have any suggestions, please leave me a comment in the section below. Let me know what you think, what's going to be on best options for this. Obviously it's going to be externally gated as well, using a 38mm external wastegate, which is going to be plumbed back into the exhaust system, because screamers, they just on a daily, it's not about that life. So yeah, let me know what you think turbo wise. As we can see, we've made a little bit of progress with the engine on the stand. Got this thing started, well, semi-stripped down. Intake, plenum and sides of things are all off. Just started degreasing it with the bits and pieces I have got here. I really need to leave this alone and get on with the engine bay until my new degreaser comes. For the rest of this engine, I can get this thing nice and clean, and it's going to be all nice and shiny and lovely new. But yeah, I really need to crack on with this. So let's make some progress here, I suppose. And this is the stage we are now at. There is more to come out. All of this wiring is going to come out because I've got to take the dash out, because there's a small crack in the dash and I'm not happy with it. So that dash is coming out and a new one's going to get fitted. Whilst the dash is out, I can get all the wiring out of this, pull it all through, make it all nice and super clean for painting. This side's always a pain in the backside, because it's just the hole you've got is not big enough to get the fuse box through. So you've got not many options, to be honest. So yeah, I'm going to take the battery box out, as this has obviously got a hole in it for intercooler piping. It's not the best, it's not the prettiest. I'm not going to be running a battery in the front, so this box can disappear. This side will be tied up. I may decide to get rid of this bracket as well, but quite frankly I just want to drill these off now and have a look to see how bad that is underneath. So let me get the drill and start on this. Okay, so for this I should really be using a spot weld remover, but I haven't got one, so we're just going to go down this road instead. Okay. So here is what we have. It focuses, focus, there we go. It's not actually too bad under there. So, get that cleaned up and see what we can make up. And there we have the first stage of the repair on the strut tower. So all the seam sealer has been removed from here, then fully welded all the way around. You can stitch weld it, but I'm going to go for a complete smooth finish on this. So I'll grind down all the welds on here. You'll see no welds whatsoever, be completely seamless. And yeah, just need to buzz a little bit more weld into this because it's very hot. But I also need to fill these holes in as well, so I'll do that now and yeah, get the grinder on it. It is now the next day and round 2 of getting this engine bay smoothed off. I left last night with everything just quickly buzzed over. All the holes are now welded up, they just need to be ground off. Skim a filler in them and you will never know that they are there. So let's get this other top plate off of this side, see how bad it is down in there, and fill the rest of these holes in, I suppose. So, as we can see, we have a DPD's decided to turn up. So what have we got? Big old box. Now I wonder what this can be. Okay, let's get this thing inside and get it opened up. Cool, so I'm going to try and do this one-handed logger saw. So this is going to work. Now if you're here, you'll be able to smell what this is already. Come in. Thank you. Gonna do his paperwork. I'll give one sec in a minute. Right. I'm going to save us the agonising suspense of doing this one by one-handed because it's going to take forever, and I'm just going to get it all undone and see what we got. Well, that was a whole mountain of bubble wrap and bits and pieces, but this is what we have. Yay! All the kooky body parts for the S13 back half of this. I've still got other parts to come from another lovely company I deal with. These are all from the company called, I'm sure it got some name, there we go. And this is who I get my body parts from for the 180SX stuff, as they do really good stuff. Quality is really good. I've had their stuff before, I've never had an issue. It all fits OEM, finish is lovely. Yeah. Right, time to put this stuff away, don't get too excited, and crack on with the engine bay because I'm really hanging behind at the minute. So, also, something I've just noticed, being the fantastic weather that the UK actually is, it's sunny outside, and you probably can't see this on the camera, I don't think it's picking it up, but it's snowing. There you go, actual snow. What the hell? Ah, global warming. So, things have escalated yet again. Wiring loom for this. Normally I would leave the wiring loom coming through here and I sort of mount it up here on a broom, so it's out of the way and I can then carry on painting the rest of the bay and then tuck everything back in as normal. But I've actually managed to drag it all out in one piece. I didn't realise the fuse boxes on these, you can split them apart. So you take the lid off, you take the back off, then you can literally split the two halves of it into literally halves, and then you can actually manage to get through this hole without any issue. So now I've got the dilemma. Do I put the fuse boxes back in the engine bay, or do I keep it nice and clean and tidy because it's going to be very smoothing here, and relocate the fuse boxes elsewhere? But that's major wiring, and as everybody knows me, I hate wiring. Like, I passionately hate it. I hate wiring as much as I hate respraying wheels. So, internal dilemma, what to do. Sort of wish I never bothered doing this now. Here we are now on day 3 of doing the engine bay. I am feeling rather tired and demotivated, as you can probably see from the bags under my eyes. I am struggling at the moment, I'm tired. It's cold and I just haven't got the mojo for this. So Mr. Stephen Richards, I don't know how you do this every day, mate, because metalwork is taking it out of me, it really is. Thoroughly enjoying it, but it's taking a lot longer than what I had anticipated, to be fair. So again, I've been playing with the engine. I've been doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. I can't just leave things alone. So I've been getting the engine to a point where it's now getting nice and clean. More parts are stripped off it. Here we go, let's have a quick look. There we go. So that is getting there. I mean, you can still see the clear difference between the side that's been reasonably cleaned to, yeah, it's not being very well cleaned. But all of this side's got to come off anyway, so more progress. Let's get this thing finished today. I want to get this engine bay done today. I want to get all the holes welded up, ground off, skimmer filler. Paint has been ordered and is on the way to me tomorrow. So I can get on and hopefully paint this thing really soon. You're going to be intrigued to see what the colour is. Well, it's not my my normal white cars, which seems to be my signature thing here. We're going to go for something a little bit different, a little bit more OEM, which is what I said I wanted to do from the beginning. So let's find some motivation, get this welded and ground up and make more mess, I suppose. Right, we are cool, set up, ready to go, drills out, GoPro set, bit of inception for you, and yeah, let's get this thing buzzed apart, see what's underneath, see what joys are waiting for me. Just had a nice big package from my friends at EP Racing. Leon has sorted out me with my over fenders, front and rear, that I wanted, and they are going to be absolutely fantastic. Look at them. Packaging is always, as always, spot on. Thank you very much, Leon. Let's get these things undone and check them out. One top plate removed, and what we have underneath isn't actually that bad. I mean, it doesn't look great, but it's I've seen worse. Like pretty much the other side was worse. So right, let's get this thing ground down and see how good the metal actually is. Initial inspection, not bad at all. And now will be a fantastic time to end this video before I get too excited playing with body kits. The engine bay is now completely done. I've skipped a few stages for you because, quite frankly, you've seen it once, you've seen it a million times. You're not going to want to see the same thing over and over again. It's been boring enough for me doing it, let alone for you sitting there watching it. So, thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.